guys, yet another aircraft has gone down in Boca Raton, Florida, making the latest in a disturbing string of crashes across the United States. Helicopters, planes, some small, some big. What's happening in our skies, and why isn't everyone talking about it? Today we're going to connect dots on what the mainstream media won't talk about, and when you see the pattern, you'll understand why this story can't be ignored. And we're going to take a look at two maps in this video. Here's a map of aircraft incidents in the United States. In fact, I have two. There's map number one, and here's map number two. When we overlay the maps of the flashing lights, you can see there's some comparison to the activity regarding the flashing lights and the aircraft that are simply falling out of the sky. This is unbelievable. It's unprecedented. Have never seen anything like this. A new aircraft in New York City, a helicopter adding to the growing list of mysterious crashes across the United States, fell from the sky in the last 24 hours. From coast to coast, unusual incidents are occurring at an alarming rate, and yet the mainstream media remains silent. For instance, if you take a look at this map right here, this map is showing 81 incidents in the United States. Depending on where you go, some data is suggesting well over 100 incidents since January of 2025. But we're going to go with 81. That's nearly one incident a day, just under one incident a day since the beginning of the year here in the United States. Large aircraft and small aircraft. In this video, we're going to analyze the footage of the craft that fell out of the sky for unknown reasons. We're also going to take a look at the flight path of the aircraft over here at Flight Radar 24. And here we go. You can see the helicopter right there took off for a routine flight up the Hudson River and then back down the Hudson River. It does this every day, multiple times a day. But for some reason, this time, as it was flying back down the Hudson River, it basically fell apart. Came down out of the sky in pieces. It is absolutely shocking video footage. Here's one of the many videos that captured the helicopter literally falling from the sky into the Hudson River. This video footage was taken by Bruce Wall, and you can see the chopper right there in pieces coming down into the Hudson River. You saw the pieces right there. I'm going to put this in slow motion. Obviously, this is the main carriage of the helicopter. It looks like the tail has came off. The majority of the propeller's off. That looked like a door right there that came off right before it impacted the water. And coming up right here, you can see two more pieces that came off of the main carriage before it made impact. The majority of the propeller looks to be gone. There's another component right there. That looks like a door that came off right before impact into the Hudson River. And there were eyewitnesses within 50 yards of this incident. Once again, this occurred less than 24 hours ago in New York, going down to Boca Raton, Florida, which is down here in the southeastern part of Florida, which has seen a ton of activity regarding the flashing light phenomena this year. I've received dozens of videos from southeastern Florida regarding the flashing lights. Could these incidents be related? The flashing lights are equally as rare as these helicopters and airplanes falling out of the sky. Coming over here to the Express.com, article dated today, April 11th, as this incident occurred less than 12 hours ago. You can see the smoke billowing out of what looks like yet another neighborhood. How many planes have we seen this year that have came down in populated areas? I can remember the airplane in Philadelphia, the airplane up here in Portland, Oregon that landed on an apartment complex, the airplane that just recently landed on a house in Minnesota less than 3 weeks ago. And the photos show that the small airplane that had 3 people on board ended up over here on a set of railroad tracks, actually 2 railroad tracks, and there was a car somehow involved that was possibly, you can see there's a railroad crossing right here, and as the car was getting ready to cross the railroad tracks, the airplane came down out of the sky for unknown reasons. They're saying mechanical failure at this point. Obviously, there was some sort of mechanical failure. Once again, this plane landing on a car in Boca Raton, Florida. Never seen anything like this. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Some of these incidents have strange similarities. Loss of communication seconds before the impact. Some of these incidents involve aircraft just getting up into the air and then coming right back down to the ground. Witnesses, in some cases, reporting flickering lights. If you watch the news, most of these incidents barely get mentioned. They may for a few hours and then no follow-ups, no investigations. But when you put them all together, like we are, it paints a much different picture. There's clearly something going on with this many airplanes falling out of the sky, and helicopters as well, into densely populated areas. This is an unprecedented event, much like the situation regarding the flashing lights. This too is unprecedented, and this is a global event. Many of you have sent in footage, strange lights, low-flying aircraft, power surges, and even buzzing sounds in the sky. Sometimes before these events, maybe the day before or even the day after, it feels like the sky is changing, and maybe, just maybe, it's not mechanical failure. Maybe there's something going on that we can't see that's causing these lights to flicker. In fact, I have a flashing light update to share with you guys, a small one. The map here in the United States is now up to 412, and I have a folder with nearly 500 more examples to share with you guys as we move forward in time. They just keep coming in day after day after day. This isn't showing any signs of slowing down. This first video I took myself. As I was driving down the highway, I noticed the back of this trailer had 4 lights on the 4 corners of this trailer, and I've never seen this before. Of all things, the lights were flashing. Video number 2 out of Michigan, sent in by Mike. This video has narration. Here we go.
I'm taping this for you, MrMBB333. These lights are freaking out.
And again, as you can clearly see, those lights were, as he put it, freaking out in broad daylight. And moving on to video number 3, this is one of the first videos I received of the flashing light phenomena. This video is dated November 29th of 2024, sent in by Mouse out of New York. I'd been receiving the flashing lights prior to November 29th, but this is one of the first ones as they started to increase week after week after week, and they continue to this day. This has been going on since November of 2024. Here's video number 4. This video has narration. Here we go.
So here we go. We have one of these blinking lights. It's the only one in the whole parking lot. So I know why it blinks like that. It's a phase issue. But I'm beginning to think that these are a manufacturing defect. Not positive. I know it's a lot of them, but you know, they sell a lot of these lights, and I believe that's what it is. Anyways.
And appreciate the video footage, but when you look at this type of an incident, when there's an overwhelming amount of flashing lights covering many acres in a gigantic parking lot, it makes you ponder the question, how could they all be defective and they all go defective at the same time? I think it's something else. Not quite sure exactly what, but I do think it's something else. This next video is out of New Zealand, sent in by Kaipo from April 3rd of 2025 at 4:30 a.m. Noticed a flashing light down in New Zealand. I've received 3 videos now from New Zealand. Video number 6, sent in by Tony, goes back to December 30th of 2024. Not exactly sure of the location, but you can see multiple lights flashing out across the parking lot, extending out for probably 100 yards. Video number 7, sent in by Taylor out of Memphis, Tennessee, where it's been a hot spot this year for flashing lights.
Wow. More flashing lights. MrMBB. This is a totally different location. This is adjacent to a parking lot. Oh, wow, there's some over there, babe. Look, this is in a grocery store parking lot in Memphis, Tennessee. You can see some back there, just kind of by the store. I sent a video in on Friday, and this is Tuesday. It's just a few days later, right? Like just a few days later, and you can see this in this parking lot. And we live right by this location, and we have never seen this before. ever.
And as you heard Taylor say, they live by this location and have never seen anything like this before. They also shared video footage with me of an interstate, multiple lights down the interstate for probably 2 miles in a row. Both sides of the road, the lights were flashing like this on an interstate. Truly remarkable stuff going on. If you guys have seen anything, flickering lights, low-flying aircraft, sky anomalies, by all means, send those in to reports at MrMBB333.com. We need to stay aware, stay alert, and document everything. If you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large to attach to the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red tab that says, Have a Large Video. It's a Dropbox. Drag and drop your videos into the Dropbox. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Today's feature photo was sent in by Polenta out of Sacramento, California, of what she said was a large plume of steam or smoke in the Sacramento, California area yesterday. If you guys know what that was, leave a comment down below in the comment section. As you can see, it was towering above Sacramento. Thanks for watching. Have a super day and be safe out there.